Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Have you got some leftover beef and rice hanging out in that fridge? Well, today we're going to turn them into a sizzling Tex Mex skillet just for you. One pan, no fuss, all flavor. So come on, go with me and let's get cooking. Okay y'all, so I've got browned ground beef from taco salad that we had one night because I didn't want beef taco salad, I wanted chicken, so I browned the whole pound of meat and just didn't season this part of it. I seasoned what I knew Keith was going to eat. So this is left over in the fridge and we're not going to use all of it. We'll probably use about half. The other half I'll stick in the fridge for later. But here we have rice from the next night where we used up some leftover meatballs I had. And we had the meatballs with gravy over rice, and this is the rice that we had left over. So what to do? Well, I figured out what I wanted to make with it, so that's what we're doing today. So let's get rid of some of these leftovers. And I realized what I just said, and I'm not going to edit that out. So I realized I said I was going to put the rest of this in the fridge for later, and what I meant to say was I'm going to put what we don't use today in the freezer for later. Just wanted to clear that up and clarify so that it's not confusing anybody later. Let's start this recipe out by putting some oil in our pan. I got me a new oil thingamabobber over here. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, it's got a little button right here. You flip and it pops that open and you can pour your oil out, or you have this little thing right here. And depending on how you press it, it's going to come out as a stream or as a spray. So I can use it with my air fryer. But anyway, let's get some oil put in here and we're going to pour, okay? We're going to start with that. Now I've got my stovetop turned to a medium-high heat because I want that oil to get heated up. And we're going to add us some peppers and onions in. Now I'm just using these frozen peppers and onions, and we're going to pour those in. But now if you've been around here for a minute, you know that I like a little more onion than what they put in those frozen packages. So we're just going to chop us a little bit of onion off in there also to add to what is already there. Because now I love me some cooked onion. That might be enough. We're just going to get that coated in that oil. And let this start cooking up. Now my rice and my beef both have salt and pepper in them. But I do want to add just a little bit of salt to my peppers and onions and a little bit of pepper to those as well. But I'm not going to salt the overall dish. My peppers and onions are about at a place where I like them. They're smelling so good. It's got this whole house smelling good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in some of my ground beef. Now I'm going to take, I don't know, about half of what I have in this bowl. I think that's going to be plenty. I still have some in here, and I'm going to stick this off in the freezer. But you want to get this cooked in and let that beef start heating up. And now at the same time, you want to take your leftover rice and just dump that in. And you want to get that rice mixed up in there really well also because you need to heat it up. From this point, you just need this heated all the way through. Now we are going to add a little bit of seasoning to this. Okay, I'm going to add in just a little bit of beef broth. You don't have to have beef broth for this. You can use water, but I have this in my fridge and I need to try to get some of this gone. So I'm going to add just a little bit in. Now that was probably about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. But I needed to add that in because I'm going to be adding some taco seasoning. Now, you're going to say, well, you put salt in that, and your rice was already salted, and your beef was already salted. Yes, it was. But there's no salt in this taco seasoning. This is my homemade seasoning, and I did not add salt into this, so I can control that myself. And I actually like a homemade taco seasoning so much better than a store-bought. Now, I'll use a store-bought if I happen to run out and don't have time to make the homemade. But I do prefer the homemade. So I'm just going to get that mixed in. I'm going to add just a little bit more. I'm going to get this all mixed in. Let that continue heating. And I'm going to let my beef broth cook out a little bit. And I'll see you in a few. All of my broth has just about evaporated. So, here's where you can add in some salsa if you would like. I'm not going to add in salsa today. I am going to add in just a little bit of taco sauce. I'm going to get that stirred up in there. This is done. So I'm going to get this dished up. We're going to dress it up, and then we're going to give it a taste. Okay, now we're going to dress it up just a little bit. I'm going to add in some shredded cheese. We're just going to sprinkle some of that over the top. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of this creamy queso sauce to it. It just gives it such a wonderful flavor. And now I'm going to cut a little bit of the green onion on top just to dress it up. These are my kitchen shears. It's okay. These are washed in the dishwasher on a regular basis, so don't come for me in the comments for using these like I'm using them. They will be washed after this use. So there you have our finished dish. Let's give it a taste. Okay, y'all. Now this is my Tex Mex. A little bit. This is my Tex Mex beef and rice skillet. But you can do so many variations of this. If you don't have rice, use pasta. You could even use potatoes. Dice you up some potatoes, cook them on top of the stove, or you could even roast them for a healthier version. Then put it all together. You could use chicken instead of beef. You could even do pork if you wanted to. Your possibilities are endless. They're leftovers. Just put it all together and make you a meal. Just as a quick, easy meal to make. Great for lunch or dinner for one person. So let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's good. All the flavors that you love in a Tex-Mex dish. Made from leftovers. And you don't have to do it just from leftovers. Now, if you just want to make the dish, go in there and brown you some ground beef, make you some rice, cook those peppers and onions, and put it together. Okay. That's all for today's video, so I'm going to go eat. And there you go. Leftovers never look so good, right? Go hit that like button if you're all about some easy meals for one. And don't forget to subscribe so you can find your way back to this channel real easy if you like that type of video. If you don't, no harm, no foul. Because I'm going to keep making the videos anyway. But I'd love for you to be a part of this YouTube family. Just leave me a comment below. Don't matter what it's about. Just say hello if that's all you want to do. Because I look forward to seeing you in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video.